Most of my clients are very interested in peak performance. What does the best in this field look like? And what we do is kind of start to break down what are the key principles and areas of priority that we should be working on within the organisation, the leader themselves and their teams. And as you start to break it down, some really simple principles, and I'll share these with you because I think it'll help. If you're a leader, you have your organisation, your team, and you just want to take it back to fundamental high performance principles, here's a list of things that if you start to work through them with your teams, they will absolutely make the biggest impact for you, for them, and for the growth of the organisation. First of all is this piece around knowing what to do and being able to do it consistently. So whatever field you're in, if you're in leadership, then it's about you as a leader and your leadership style. If your team are in sales, marketing, or that front end of the business, are they clear on the programs they're developing, or the sales initiatives they're driving, or the process and the structure they're using? So this training, get people in the position where they're really clear, I know what to do, and I can do it consistently and get repetitive, repeat, high quality results. The second then is to make sure that people are also challenged, that they have a high level of challenge that is combined with control. Because if you have challenge without control, that is the recipe for stress and anxiety. So we give people control of their own working environment, of their results, but we also challenge them to, achieve the best possible for them and support them through that challenge and control. Then we need to make sure that the work they're doing is meaningful and connect with them and us as the leader. And the way we do that is, there's two ways to do that. One is to help them to see that there's a bigger meaning in their work through the organisation's mission and the organisation's purpose, and maybe the products that you serve and the marketplace you work in, but also then to connect to that person on a personal level. How is their work meaningful for them? What are the areas of work that really connect with them at a deeper, more emotional level? And your relationship as a leader, your investment in your relationship is really important. That positive relationship and the way in which you are viewed by your teams is really important, because that's what engages them at a deeper, more kind of psychological and emotional level. Then there's respect and trust, and that's about making sure that the values in your organisation are clear, standards are clear, and you know exactly what's expected in terms of the behaviours and the activities on a day-to-day basis and the interactions with everybody in the organisation and outside of the organisation. Then we've got accountability, and accountability is best given to people through a kind of coaching approach. So help people to understand how they can adopt accountability rather than saying you will be accountable, asking them, working through with them, what does accountability mean to them, how would they like to adopt it, and how would they like you to support them to become more accountable. And then you've got growth and development. This continual focus on learning, growth and development. If you think about any time in your life where you've enjoyed your work the most and you've felt most connected to not only your work but the organisation, the marketplace, clients, it will be when you've been growing and developing your skills and yourself. And it links to this challenge and control. But sometimes we need to push ourselves outside of our current boundaries in order to get to that growth and development place. One of the best ways you can do that with your team is as a leader to demonstrate that you take your own personal growth seriously, but then also to trust them in situations where growth might be difficult and they might be putting themselves in tough situations and making themselves vulnerable. By supporting them through that and demonstrating you do the same is a really effective way to get your teams to adopt that growth and development mindset. And then finally, the evidence shows if you can give people really clear periods of time to focus without distractions, without email, without having to respond to things, but focus on specific areas, ideas, and specific pieces of work without interruption, then their ability to get into the kind of high performance zone and flow states, when you look at the most recent evidence in this area, it shows improvements in productivity and effectiveness of up to 500%. So people are 5 times more productive if you can help them to minimize the distractions, do all of these things, focus and get themselves in the zone and in a state of flow. So I hope that's useful for you. simple peak performance principles that if you can kind of go back to the fundamentals with your teams and yourself, these will give you some incredible uplifts in performance. And sometimes, Tony Robbins has a great phrase, I use this a lot with my clients. Common sense is not always common practice. We might know what to do, we just don't do it. And these are really simple principles that even if you know them, just examine yourself. If you're not doing this on a regular basis, just reconnect with it. Put it back on the agenda with one-to-ones with your team. Put it back in your diary, in your schedule. Make sure that you're coming back to, are my team clear? Am I giving them sufficient challenge and control? Do they feel their work's meaningful? Is there an environment of trust and respect? Have I helped them to become accountable? Am I focusing on growth and development? And am I giving them the space to be able to focus properly and get into this flow state, because their productivity will dramatically increase. So I hope that's really useful. It's a simple checklist. If you take that into your businesses, work with your teams on it, it will definitely make an impact. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video from the Focus for Growth Leadership Success.